this video, I'm going to show you how to clean the interior of your car. Now, the test subject here today is a Honda CR-V. As you can see, it's been used as a utility vehicle. It hasn't been looked after, it's just been used and abused, and inside is dirty with mud and all sorts of rubbish. You can clearly see it hasn't been cleaned in a long time. Now, this could have been pets, or this could have been children, it could have been anything. So, you know, in this video, I'm going to show you how the way I go about cleaning up these sort of scenarios and these sort of scummy car situations. So the first thing I did was to get my Hoover, the Henry Hoover. Now you really can do a lot with just by hoovering a car out, because it really does clear up a lot of dirt and mess, and it really just helps. When something's been neglected like this, a simple Hoover goes a very, very long way. So you should know how to Hoover. Just use a wire brush. I just used a hand brush to help me scrape and agitate any mess that was locked anywhere in the corners, nooks and crannies, and then just supported it with a Hoover. As you can see, I'm dusting everything off the carpet first, and hoovering up the floors, and then hoovering up the carpet, and hoovering up everything, because what we're going to actually do, we're going to actually clean the seats with some sort of liquid solution and an extractor, which I want to show you in a minute. And yeah, we're going to try and get the best results with not too much effort, without actually killing yourself. Now, it's really important to be thorough, because the more thorough you are, the better it is. The more you can get up just by using the Hoover in hand, it just saves you a lot more hassle later on. So just try and be as thorough as you can, get in the nooks and crannies and everywhere you're supposed to get to, lift up seats, move seats backwards and forwards so you can get access to the car totally. So it's onto the floor mats. These clearly hadn't been touched in time, and it's just the same principle. It's always the same principle that I'm using, really basic and simple. Brush, then Hoover. These were not too bad. These are clearly not the correct ones for the vehicle. They didn't look extremely dirty, so I just kept it. I gave it a simple brush and a quick Hoover just to get through with it. So see, it's all very methodical, very simple, and no real complications, and you can still get really, really good results just by doing what I'm doing here. So here are the little bits of equipment which are worth their weight in gold. It's these three little brushes that attach to your drill. I'm going to put a link in the description where you can get them from, but you can see there's like a big one here. It goes directly into your drill. There's one that looks like a toilet brush head, and there's a little one, a small one. Well, the smaller of them all, not that small really, but the smaller of them. I'm also using this Rug Doctor. It's a carpet extractor that I bought. Really nice, neat and tidy. Yeah, very impressive, but we'll get into that as we say in a minute. Now, as you can see, it's just a very, very small compact unit with a little hand extractor thing, just giving you a walk around it. It's really neat and tidy really. It's got wheels, got the handles that pop up at the back like a little travel case, and it's just super, super handy. I'd advise it really for anyone with a small family or anything like that. Now, it all packs away really neatly. I was really impressed with how it packed away. I wouldn't say it's for heavy duty use, but it's for most people in their home or just using it for their cars because they've got kids. It's more than good enough. There we go. Just packs away really, really nice and tidily. It's no bigger than a very, very small Hoover. So there you go. So now the way I do it is I use this pump gun, and I fill it with a degreaser solution. As you can see, I'm just loading up there. And I do it about a 3-to-1 ratio. And I know that's particularly strong, but I just find that when things are really dirty, I just make it a bit stronger. I'm also adding an all-purpose cleaner into it as well. Probably shouldn't, but I am. Now for the carpet extractor or upholstery extractor, I'm just taking away the fabric conditioner bottle, not the fabric conditioner bottle, you know what I mean, the detergent compartment. As you can see, I'm filling it up with water, my pump gun. That's my 3-to-1 ratio that I've got mixed in there with my degreaser and my all-purpose cleaner. And I'm just filling up the extractor with some warm water. Once I've done that, I added some detergent, some you know, just normal household detergent that you would use on your clothes, and a bit of Vanish, because I think that OxyClean Vanish is just fantastic really. So If it's good enough for my clothes, it'll be good enough for the seats, I'm pretty sure. So as you can see how easy it just goes back together. You just put it back together, mix the solution up, make sure it's the right height. It's got a level on the actual container itself, and it just drops in. Really, really, really easy. Simple stuff. So that's all my equipment. I'm ready to go and start doing some work on the actual car. Now the way I do it is I just use the solution that I put in my little pump gun there and just spray it on the surface of the seat. As you can see, even just by contact of that, it's really starting to release the dirt out of the seats. And this is where the drill brush comes into play. It really does come into a lane of its own, because otherwise you end up doing this with your hand brush, which is just, I mean, listen, I like the easy way. I like the simple ways and the most effective ways, and this is really, really easy, simple and effective. Once you got it on, you brush it and you just agitate all the dirt in the seats, and you know, you can just get at it. And this is the extractor time. Really, really good this was. I found this really, it's light, it's compact, and it just does what it's supposed to do on the can. So all I'm doing here is I'm just sucking it up and pulling the trigger, and you can see all that brown muck. It's not really great because it's a bit overexposed, but this is the basic principle of cleaning your seats. You agitate it, then you get the carpet extractor to come and clean up the rest. Now it's important to note that because these seats are so dirty, and because you don't know how long these seats haven't been cleaned, you may have to do it 2 or 3 times to really get it coming as clean as possible out of there. So it's just about being patient, taking your time, and just being methodical in what you're doing. But I found this extractor very good for what it was. This is my second time cleaning, and it's exactly the same procedure as before. Now a lot of people get worried about it shouldn't be too wet, and yeah, I do agree that. But if it's as dirty as this, you've just got to just get it wet and then try and find a way to keep it warm. So there you go, doing exactly the same thing as before. Now on top of the handle itself, it's got a button, and the button, it's got like brushes underneath which help to agitate the seat and the material. Now it doesn't feel particularly strong, doesn't feel particularly good, so I tended not to use it and just use my drill brush, which just seemed more efficient and it just worked a bit better. So here you see me doing exactly the same thing again, and I'll repeat this throughout the whole video. I'll just keep doing the same thing throughout the whole video because it works. Now arguably, if your interior is not that dirty, you probably wouldn't need an extractor. You could probably get away with just using that drill brush and some microfiber cloths to mop up afterwards. I've actually got another video coming out on that. But I just wanted to show you how efficient this rug doctor was, because for this situation where it's quite dirty and you don't know what's been there before, it was really dragging up. Look at that coming in now. It's really dragging the dirt out of the seats. So this is what I would advise if you've got a material that's dirty, or you've got kids who've just really taken advantage of your car. And also you can use this in your house, don't forget that as well. But if you've got dogs or anything like that, if you've got children in the back of your car, you've got 7-seaters, this is an excellent investment just to get your car clean. So like I said before, it's just a repeat on absolutely every part of the car that you're interested in cleaning. Just pump the solution on the surface, agitate with a brush, and then you just use your extractor to drag out the rest of the dirt or any dirt that's in there. It's just systematic, just consistently go through the whole car doing the same thing. Now you can see just under there, that little thing just flickering, that's the little agitating brush I was talking about earlier, and that's how it works. So look, still got dirt coming in there, and this was after about the second or third wash on this seat maybe. But it's so easy to do because I've got all the equipment that you don't even mind washing it as many times as it needs to. But this interior was particularly dirty, and you know, this I'm not sure how I would have done it without that rug doctor. So once you've cleaned it, you use a microfiber cloth just to clean up and pick up anything, any kind of surface debris, and it picks up a bit of dirt that's missed, and you know, you're able to put a bit of weight on it, so anything that's soaking beyond the material, it comes up into that cloth as well. And that's kind of the general practice throughout the whole of the cleaning of the car, the whole cleaning process of the car. Once again, I'd love to say that those brushes, those drill brushes, are a godsend, because doing it by hand is just hard work. So if you even think about doing or cleaning your car or washing the interior, cleaning the interior, get those brushes at a minimum. They're not very expensive, and it just saves you a lot of time and hassle and everything. So same principle, just clean up the car. So now onto the driver's seat. I may have wet this up a bit too much, but it was particularly dirty. Obviously the driver's seat is what gets used the most, so this might have got a bit too wet if I'm being honest. So look what I've just done just here, exactly the same. Imagine doing that with a hand brush. Oh, it'd be horrible. So just use a solution just to go on all them things on your surfaces, and the rug doctor just cleans it up. It is much easier with this, doing this method, because this is quite wet, like I said before, and you've still got the gun behind to really pump more detergent and stuff like that into it to drag up a bit more. But you can see the method that we're already using is putting up all sorts of rubbish. So we're on our way to cleaner seats. Once again, just use the microfiber cloth to mop up any rubbish or mess or debris that's just left on the surface. You'd be surprised how much of a difference this makes. Microfiber cloth, rub it down, and you would immediately see the difference in your cleaning. Now the good thing about these brushes and this solution is that you can use it on lots of different places. So as well as the material on the seats, you can actually use it on the plastics of the car as well. So this footwell part, which is quite common to, you know, take a lot of hammering, you could actually use the same brush and it does the same cleaning, which is, I think, is brilliant for me, in my opinion. Now the rear floors are no different. Same pump, my pump bucket or whatever I call it. I use that, spray that on the floor, and then just use the rug doctor just to scrape up whatever's left in there. And you can see it's pulling up loads of crud, so you know that it's really working a treat, and all cars are worth it. So look, very simple, and I've still got the fluid which I'm pressing behind just to drag up any rubbish that might be left in there. So this is the best way I found to do it, and it's where you get the best results. So here's looking at the rug. Here's looking at the rug doctor, and you can see that ain't clean. That's very dirty, and that's my second empty. So I did one already, and that's the second one to be emptied, and you can see that it really is doing what it says. So back to just working on the plastics, and this is how I worked on the plastics. Like I said before, you could use them brushes to do it, and I'm using the slightly smaller one now. And everywhere where it's dirty and I can't be bothered to get my hand and stick my hand in, I'm actually using this, which is just doing a lot more work than I could ever do, really. So it just shows you how you can really make this a lot easier with the right equipment. There you go. Just clean off the plastics with that microfiber cloth, just tidying it up and mopping it all up. It does work. Now onto the interior of the car, all the plastics. I'm using the exact same solution as I used on the seats, and it works a treat. The only difference is that I'm using a paintbrush just to go around all the little nooks and crannies and all these little dirty areas and crevices that get caught up. So it's real simple, and then just a microfiber towel just to clean up everything around it. And it was taking off loads of grit, loads of dirt, loads of debris. Everything was coming off with this solution. So this is why I like to use this, because it can just work on anything and it makes my life a lot easier. So here's the little center console part, and this is what I like, all in them little cup areas. Just turn the drill on and just make it do the work. You don't have to do anything, no pointing and digging around and poking around. Just use that and then pick up everything with the same kind of system of the microfiber towel, and it comes out an absolute treat. So same thing again. This solution is good for absolutely everywhere. So yeah, I'm just keeping it simple. I could have probably just done it with a paintbrush, really. There was no need to really use that brush, but you know, I felt a bit lazy. But I'm getting results, so I know this works. So onto the plastics again. Same solution. Just trying to show you again, just repeating what I was doing before anyway. So just showing you how easy it is just to do it in this method. The degreaser really works well on this, so you know, just proof in the pudding. Good to see it working, really nice to watch. Good thing to get a nice big pack of microfiber towels, because you will go through them, you will get through them, but I'll put all the link in the description for absolutely everything you need, or everything I've shown in this video. So here's the results of what it looks like, so we can just remember what it looked like before. So before it was kind of dirty, all the plastics were dirty, seats were neglected, nothing been touched, just generally grubby all round. So, you know, after a couple of hours, we got it looking something like this, which is much cleaner in my opinion. I've done no plastic trim shine, I've not done anything tricky like that. And here's a back seat, which is much the same. It's terrible, don't know what was in there. But like I said, after a couple of hours, we've got it looking much better. And you know, you want to sit in the car now. You don't mind sitting in the car. You don't think you're going to catch rabies. You can see I've really got some good results from using the method that I use by the microfiber towel and the rug doctor, which really helps. So hope that helped. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Thank you for watching.